Welcome to the Corner Office, where we bring you the latest news from the world of commercial real estate, the greatest voices in the industry, and the corporate chats you've been missing. Let's get to it.
Hey guys, we've got a great auction coming up on the 14th of September, 12 p.m. and we're just going to jump into the stock pick. So we've got a lot of stock coming up for this auction. I think 41 lots totaling just under 700 million. So there's going to be a lot of activity on the day. Justin's just been down to BLOEM to go and have a look at the assets of the portfolio that we've taken on there. I think 26 of the assets are actually BLOEM assets, split into a bit of mixed use, bit of retail, bit of industrial. Here we got a perfect set of assets. I mean, what are we dealing with? We've got the BLOEM Club, 4,300 squares, MBS Building, 3,300 squares, Penbell, 2,300 squares, and then we've got the Liberty Life
Building.
Yeah, who's in there?
Rosebank College.
Rosebank College.
Bottom two floors.
Yeah.
Perfect conversion for them.
What's that? 6,600 squares. So 17,000 square meters in total, right?
Yeah, fantastic portfolio. I think the bones are there. The floor, the depth of the floor plates is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I think it really lends itself to the resi conversion. I think one thing we have to remember is that UFS and CUT are literally located on the doorsteps of both of these buildings.
Yeah. So where do guys need to be coming in at rate per square meter on these buildings? 3,000 rand a square meter plus 3, 4, 5,000 rand a square meter for resi conversion?
Yeah, I think it can fluctuate. I think you want to be targeting around that level as well. So it comes down to the building. A lot of these buildings have retail opportunities at the bottom, which obviously can attract a higher rate per square.
Got
so
you,
blended,
yeah.
I would imagine it'll be in that bracket, yes.
Tell me about the one with Rosebank College. You got 2 floors of Rosebank College, and then top structure you suggesting is the resi.
Is the resi.
They got demand?
I think
Rosebank College has demand?
They definitely have demand there. I think they've got 800 students on that campus as well. We saw student resi that went up there. I think it opened about 4 or 5 months ago. They filled it in half a month.
Wow.
There's a shortage of 10,000 beds.
Okay. Wow. So significant. Not moving away from Bloem Central. We've got our cash cars here. These are cash retail. I mean, it's kind of like lower LSM, but pumps. You were there.
Foot traffic, very vibrant, very safe as well.
FICHARDT Street.
FICHARDT Street. Yeah. FICHARDT Street. High trading density. Really, really is in a good location. I expect these to go at a good price on auction.
Okay. So basically you've got retail trading. Opportunity is to convert the flats upstairs.
There were some flats, and I think the guys are using them for storage, and I think there is a need for storage. So I think it's up to the investor if they want to. They could probably attract a little bit of a higher rental as well.
Got you.
But I know it wouldn't change too much that isn't broken.
Got you. So high yielding assets, cash retail.
Perfect.
Brilliant. Okay, so that's your FICHARDT Street complex. And we've got about 5 or 6 buildings there. I think we're totaling about 6,000-7,000 square meters.
Yeah. Amongst
the different buildings. About 1,500 square meters in opportunity, really.
Yeah.
So
and a couple of buildings actually have head lease of it. So they've got one occupier who then subleases it out as well. So
brilliant.
Really hassle free.
Okay. Let's talk logistics. This is obviously the darling at the moment in the market. We've got RTT, we've got Pepcore, and we've got XEON Logistics, and then a division of HCI, as I understand. 3 different buildings, 5,500 square meters, 7,500 square meters, and 10,000 square meters. So tell me about these buildings. Slightly older, Hamilton area, rentals going from
20 to 30 rand a square meter.
Got you.
I think some of the rentals in this portfolio are actually specifically
that market
on the
related.
low line.
Seems cheap.
Seems cheap, but good quality assets. I mean, same asset in Joburg, 5,000 rand a square meter. Functional. It's fully kitted out with conveyor belts. They've been there for years. I think their outlook on the property is they're going to be there for quite a long time still. There's no intention to move whatsoever. And right next door to AB InBev.
Brilliant.
Who own their facility as well.
Tell me about RTT looking for an expansion.
Yeah,
the land next door.
RTT inquired about extending that facility. There is obviously the land next door, so they can expand by another 2,000 square meters. And I think that we are in the process of closing that out as well. So they're entrenched in that property. Also, very clean assets for the owner it's in.
Brilliant. And then HCI and XEON Logistics occupy the other 10,000 square meters. And this is another building also in Hamilton. So
yes, so that one's 10,000 square meters. It's 3 tenants. All have been there and are entrenched. XEON have been there. They've actually kept on taking up space in the park. Fantastic business. HCI, very entrenched. They've got a manufacturing facility in there that does extrusion.
Nice.
Great park as well. Surrounded pretty much by ABB and Coca-Cola.
Wow. Of course, you've got the whole. ABB has their whole distribution there. Right. It's a big point. Last one, and these are the ones that I really like. You've got KELLNER Street, 76 KELLNER Street. I love this one. It feels a bit sort of Parkhurst-y. It's like a retail.
Right off the main strip in Bloemfontein. It does. It's exactly what it lends itself to. It's how it's situated as Is basically the building wraps around a play park and cafe for where you can drop your children off.
750 squares.
750 squares. It was very vibrant when we went in the morning. It was almost pretty full.
Looks like it's been newly done.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it hasn't been. It's probably been done within the last year or two.
Wow.
Very neat. Very solid
nice
asset. Yeah.
Okay, and a nice price point. That's a private buyer for me. Probably even someone who's actually in there.
Yeah, someone in Bloem understands that asset. Definitely wants that asset.
Okay. And the other two cool ones were Honda Motorcycles, which is about 1,600 square meters, 1,500 square meters. And then you've got the Cricket Street GLASFIT, which is also about 1,500 square meters, just right in the middle of the automotive area. So just nice sort of asset sizes, values. I mean, I think we're going to see a lot of bidding on these ones, right?
Yeah, look, I think both occupiers, to their credits, have looked after the asset their assets very well. I wouldn't be surprised if they're actually bidding for the asset as well.
Yeah.
As you said, the GLASFIT is next to Ford. There is a Nissan dealership. It's the whole node, whereas the Goldwing is not far away at all, but it's right next to the main drag in Bloemfontein.
Neat.
Also, the guy's been there for years.
That also looks newly developed.
High exposure. Doesn't look new. It looks newly developed, but very well looked after.
Got you. The last one I want to talk about is WILLOW'S Centre at 1,700 square meters. It's right in the middle of the sort of student bar, entertainment, nightlife area. That's what it looks like to me. I mean, tell us about that property.
As you said, it's on the main strip where you can see a lot of people obviously go out at night. It's got a head lease of the property. The guy who's got the head lease also looks after the bar restaurant that's there.
Got a gym.
It's got a gym as well.
I don't get that though. You get a gym, drink some beers.
Yeah, I think he's looking after the institution. Come back in the morning and get yourself fit again.
Lekker. Love it. Okay, so that's it. I mean, and then listen, there's also the prime asset portfolio. You got Sanlam. You got the Sanlam head office in Bloem. I mean, that's sort of on Nelson Mandela Boulevard, which, as you know, is the sort of prime grade node of Bloemfontein. I mean, that literally, if you're on Nelson Mandela, that's what...
You know that building. If you're in Bloemfontein, you know that building. It is very well looked after. A+ grade. And look, one of the assets across the road is the Free Pin building, where the Post Bank have signed a 6.5-year lease on it.
Nice.
It's going through a new redev at the moment.
Is that
Fantastic
full?
asset.
Does that take the whole space?
Entire space,
4,200,
fully occupied.
full up, Okay, and then we've got College Acre, which they're busy trying to conclude a lease on.
Yes, they're busy concluding a lease, and then
3,300 squares.
And then College Court, which is fully lit as well, and has been for years. Very well, high exposure, right next to Grey as well.
I mean,
next to College
hospitals,
hospitals pretty much across the road. Yeah,
got you.
Look, I think the one thing we haven't spoken about is the tourist centre. It's got a corporate KFC lease and famous brands in there with the Debonaires.
Yeah.
We got CCMA that's just signed a long-term lease on it. You got the Hawks in there as well, and then you got the Intercape bus terminal as well. Very vibrant, right opposite Old Greys. I mean, what a location.
Got you. Land, Curie Avenue. What are we going to put there?
Big box retail right down the strip, high exposure.
McDonald's.
I think any sort of a drive-through. I think
Burger King.
Well.
Get the bidding war going.
any retailer that wants high exposure, great site.
McDonald's has shown interest in it. Burger King should consider it. No, it's a great site. I mean, it's right next to retail. It's a 5,300 square meter site. Enough bulk for 600 square meters, so it's perfect for that sort of.
As it is zoned, can go through a rezoning process as well. But I was ready to go right now.
Yeah, I suppose if you have the opportunity to put that kind of retail there, that's what you do. Change the zoning, add to it over time.
Yeah, exactly that.
Got you.
I think you're buying it for the bulk right now.
Okay, that was Justin Thom. He obviously knows all about the Bloemfontein portfolio, having been down there last week, going through every single asset in detail. We're going to get Guy Dowding, MD of Auction, who knows quite a lot about the Joburg assets coming on, which is a range of residential. We've got some petrol stations. We've got office. We've got industrial. So we've got a range in Johannesburg as well. We're going to get him on to come and chat to us. Okay, Guy, let's chat about the Joburg stock. So we've got another 10 odd lots in Joburg, 15 lots in 20, Joburg. Yeah. Okay, so it's going to be a big auction. We got 41 lots in total.
That's it.
Yeah, this is an interesting one. I've actually been to this building. So it's the old Schindler's HQ in downtown Joburg. It's in Springfield, right? So it's a massive warehouse.
Massive warehouse, unfortunately older type building, so massive office component.
Yeah.
But one can do quite a lot with it. The warehouse is a little over, I think it's 5,500 square meters.
Yeah.
With nice workshop space, which added probably another 600-700 squares to that. And the remainder is offices over multiple levels.
Yeah.
But there's quite a bit that you can do with the property. Obviously the warehouse section.
And this is a corporate disposal. It's Schindler's selling, right?
Schindler's selling. Good client of ours. We've actually moved their headquarters. We've just done a lease back with them.
Yeah.
They've just moved off, so very motivated sell.
Yeah.
So it's a great opportunity for the market.
Yeah, I like that one. I mean, listen, it's an older area, but the pricing actually is
Pricing's
relative,
crazy.
right?
Yeah, it's relative to the area.
Yeah.
Definitely a great opportunity for anyone in that.
Cool.
Definitely from a manufacturing point of view, heavy cranes in there. I think there's 3 gantry, if I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
mistaken.
yeah.
Anywhere between 10 tons up to about 15 ton gantry.
Got you.
So
Okay,
really,
we like
really
that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
ZEBULA, we got a lodge there, 4-bedroom lodge, resi. I mean, the ZEBULA lodges seem to do really well on auction.
Lodges in particular do really well, you know, whether it's in up north, Bella Bella side, or all
Yeah.
the way across through to the Kruger. You know, every lodge that we've taken on, we've sold.
Yeah.
There's definitely a market for it. I think it's.
Do you know if this
just-
comes with furniture? I mean, typically they do.
They do, yeah. This
Yeah.
one I think is getting sold with an inventory, so it will be sold fully furnished, and
Nice.
they generally do. Sometimes we get the odd 4x4 that gets thrown in. This one
Yeah.
unfortunately doesn't.
Yeah.
But definitely huge demand for these types of assets. You know,
Okay.
guys are looking at lifestyle changes.
So that's going to go.
Space away from home.
So that's going to go. So guys can bid. Typically, guys can bid online on the app. So they bid on the Bid Wrangler app, or Galetti Bid Wrangler app. They can bid by phone. They can phone in, or alternatively attend the auction.
Wherever you are, we make it efficient for you to participate on our platform.
Gotcha. Rudercorp. I like this. So it's actually a 4-way stop. In the one retail, it's got Pick and Pay and
KFC.
KFC.
Yep.
Okay. And
Long
you got
leases.
Cash Build on the other side.
That's it. Cash Build and Meat Choice, both on 5-year leases. So really sound investments. Capture basically the immediate amenities, retail outlets
Yeah.
for the great populace of Rudercorp. So
And of course, Rudercorp is right next to Wadeville, so it pumps.
It
yeah?
really, really pumps. Foot traffic there, I mean, you're talking thousands and thousands a day.
Then we got a couple of white sites. That's the station, the property, and the business.
That's it.
These are all in Mpumalanga, so 3 different sites in Mpumalanga. 700 square meter property, 700. I mean, but the actual properties are quite a lot bigger. So although the buildings are about 800 square meter.
Yeah, you got much larger earth sizes there, so there's a lot what one can do there. But I think 2 of the petrol stations are the only ones in those given towns. So if you need fuel and you're stuck in those towns, you're definitely going to be utilizing.
You're going to
that.
go there, yeah.
Great little cash cows. They are white sites, and we are selling both property and business. for
Retail
all 3.
attached?
No, not on these ones. No.
Okay,
Yeah.
got you. Opportunity for retail to be attached?
Possibly, yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Well, it's got the land.
It's got the land.
So I suppose it's about,
the world's the oyster there, I think.
Got you. We got the Resi in Dunkeld in BOMPAS Road. Okay, I like this one. Development opportunity. A hell of a lot happening there. Rosebank is obviously on fire. So moving all the way from Rosebank through that Dunkeld onto BOMPAS Road. Interprop's done a hell of a lot of development. Anglo's taken up 4 or 5 buildings now.
Yep.
This seems to be the development node. If you look for skeins, if you look for cranes in the sky, that's where it is.
100%.
Right? And if you look for skeins in the
If you look for skeins in the sky,
then you won't.
find
That's
any.
not there.
Probably
Yeah.
not the right place.
Stick
look
to the
for
crane.
skeins.
Yeah.
Stick to
Okay.
the
Gotcha. Yeah.
cranes. But yeah, Bumpers, it's a thoroughfare, it connects you from Oxford Road down to Jan Smuts, so it's a very popular street, and most of them are rebuilds, repurposing to high density residential, so great opportunity for
I
a
like it,
street
yeah.
developer, yeah.
I like it. Okay. Size there. The other resi development opportunity, of course, is Sandown.
Exactly.
4,000
Both
square
really
meters.
great areas.
Yeah.
There's massive potential there. It still hasn't got the zoning right through, so whoever buys it needs to obviously.
But the plan is for 125 units.
125 opportunities there, very well priced. Definitely one of the most saleable properties we have. Definitely.
Really,
Yeah.
Okay. Howick, the FNB Howick. That's an interesting one. Is it still FNB or was it the ex-FNB?
Very much, no. Still there. They've been there for 20 years, so
Oh.
they aren't going anywhere. They keep signing 3-year leases, and they just keep renewing. So
Got
they're
you.
not going. and
1,000
it's
square
also
meters.
Beefed up by like a cash and carry there. So
Oh.
nice blue chip retail once again.
Yeah.
So we've got 3 really nice local blue chip retails for the investors that.
And if you know what's happening in Howick, I mean it's just blowing up. It's
It really
crazy. I mean, if you go up to Nottingham Road and all of the development happening there, filtering down to Howick has huge development happening. So it's just one of those nodes that needs to continue to upgrade and develop and that kind of thing.
Definitely, and you're seeing a lot more improvements happening there. We've done quite a few sales. We've worked quite a bit of Notties. We're talking to a lot of the guys around that area, and there's just a lot happening. So it's definitely something to keep an eye on.
Yeah. Tell me, is there a secret weapon that we're getting all of this Nottingham Road stuff?
Absolutely. We've got a lot of secret weapons up our sleeve.
Got you.
We won't dive too far into that, but
Got
let's
you.
just know that we have our eyes everywhere.
Okay, then a quick sectional title offices. This is actually a brilliant one. I like these offices. So if you know where, if you know where sort of Grosvenor Crossing is, turn around, come back down Main. Got a really cool sectional title office development there. You got the bar on the roof, copper bar on the roof, which is, as we know, one of the most popular in Johannesburg. Okay, views for days. And here we got a little sectional title unit, 260 square meters, which I think is quite a popular one. So this is quite an interesting one to come to market.
Very well priced. It's definitely the type of stuff that you want to see coming onto the market. It has a lot going for it. It's definitely A grade, so it comes with all the bells and whistles, which is really what you want to look for.
Is it fit out already?
It's not. It's basically it's fitted out to the point that you got ADSL, backup power.
Okay.
It's carpeted. It's clean. It's kind of, I wouldn't
So
say
white
white
boxed.
box, but it's got some bells and whistles attached to it already. So
Got
really,
you.
really nice for the guy that just wants to come in and start working straight away.
Couple of
Not much that
parkings
needs to be
with
done.
it.
Yeah, you get about 10 to 11 parking bays that go with your exclusive use area. I think what's really nice here, there's a lot of improvements. As we know, paddle is really taken off around the country and around the world. And there's a sports club right across the road from this, and they're developing quite a few number of courts. So, it's kind of a live, work, eat, play. You can jawl after work, you can go and play your sports. It's really got everything, and it's very centrally located.
I like the node. Okay, so then we're going to jump across to industrial WATLOO. We got WATLOO at least 8,500 squares under roof.
Yes.
Vacant?
It is vacant.
Okay, so it's classic for a manufacturer. I mean, a lot happening out
in
there.
that area. A lot has changed in that area, and it's definitely something that I think the market will have.
Okay, so that's a nice one coming to market. A good underpin of owner occupiers in that area. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Devland and Pomona. I love this one. This is deceased estates, 2.2 hectares.
That's it.
Right in that main Pomona node.
I think it's probably one of the cheapest ones that you'll find in the market. When I say cheap, it's just incredibly well priced. Nothing is cheap these days, but definitely well priced. And we've got the right motivation. Unfortunately, it is an express deceased sale, which just means that there's motivation. So whatever you come and bid, you have a very, very good chance of getting this.
Tell me, is it zoned industrial?
It's not currently zoned.
Okay, so it's zoned agricultural.
That's it.
Okay, in that Pomona node.
In
So
the
so we
Pomona
turn it
node.
around.
And
Okay,
there's
but this is
massive
why the
stuff
pricing
that's
gets the value, yeah?
100%.
Okay.
100%, yeah.
And what we're seeing at the moment, or specifically with that industrial node, a lot of take up, a lot of building in that area, but no land. There's just no land.
There's no land.
So to turn it around, we'll look at probably zoning taking 18 months, somewhere around there, but at these levels you can afford to hold,
be a bit
right?
quicker because I think it's all been earmarked. Everything's been
True.
happening, everything's been zoned. So there's a lot to compare it to. So I think in terms of rezoning the capacity, it's all there. It's
Gotcha.
ready to go.
And then vacant retail in BRAKPAN. Obviously, this was the old Jet, 1,300 square meters, had a fire, so it's really sort of an older derelict building. Guys are looking to move. So you're looking at the frame. Can it be salvaged, or is it a knockdown? Are we buying land here?
I think it can be salvaged. It can be definitely white boxed. We've got some quotations already that we can supply to the marketers, so they have a good understanding what one can do there in terms of white boxing or doing like a rebuild. Absolutely.
Got you.
There's, multiple opportunities.
Okay, so a lot of different stuff there. You've got petrol stations, got industrial, got lodges, got land. Awesome. Look, sounds like we've got some great stuff. Really look forward to seeing you at 12 o'clock. Come and have a pastry with us.
Absolutely. And if you can't wait to...
And a Motherland coffee.
Oh, yeah, Motherland's there. We've got everything for everyone. But
Love it. Brilliant. Shot, Guy. Thank you.
Thank you.